Have you ever felt like other people's actions are controlling your emotions? What if I told you that there's a way to stop being affected by anyone's behavior, no matter what they say or do? In this video, we'll uncover 7 powerful steps rooted in Buddhist wisdom that will help you break free from the emotional roller coaster and reclaim your inner peace. If you're ready to let go of negativity and live with unshakable calm, stay tuned because this could be life-changing. Lesson 1. Karma awareness. Knowing about karma is the first thing that you need to do to stop being affected by what other people do. A lot of people get the wrong idea about karma. At its most basic level, it means the rule of cause and effect. Our present and future are shaped by everything we do, think, and say. When we really understand karma, we see that everyone is in charge of their own actions and the results of those actions. What other people do shows what they're feeling inside, not what we're feeling. It is important to remember that when someone does something bad to us, it is because of their karma, not ours. In the long run, these actions will have an effect on their own lives. When we understand this, we can separate ourselves from their actions and not let them bother us. For example, if someone is mean to you, know that what they're saying comes from their own anger, fear, or insecurity. It has more to do with what's going on inside them than with you. Your fate, on the other hand, is how you react to it. You protect your inner peace and make good karma for yourself when you choose not to respond or get back at someone. When you know this, you don't have to control or change other people. You know that everyone is on their own road, learning their own lessons, and feeling the heat of their own karma. You give yourself power by paying attention to your own deeds, thoughts, and feelings. You go from being a victim of other people's acts to being in charge of your own life. If you keep practicing this awareness, other people's acts will no longer be able to make you feel upset. Lesson 2. Being kind and forgiving. The second step is to show kindness and acceptance. When someone hurts us, we often feel angry or resentful right away. However, these feelings only make our pain worse. Buddhism tells us that we should have compassion for all living things, even those who hurt us. Why? Because everyone is going through their own problems, pain, and confusion. Often, the cruel things they do come from the turmoil inside them. When we show kindness, we start to understand other people better. We know that their hurtful acts come from a place of pain. We don't have to react with anger. We can choose to reply with kindness. This doesn't mean we agree with what they did or let them treat us badly. Instead, it means that we break free from the terrible cycle of anger and bitterness. It's very helpful to forgive in this process. When we forgive others, we let go of the mental weight they've put on us. We hurt ourselves in the long run when we hold on to anger or bitterness. It's like giving someone poison and expecting them to get sick. When we forgive, we can let go of the hurt and find peace again. To forgive someone, we need to understand that it's not about them, but about getting free. By being kind and forgiving, we put some distance between ourselves and what other people do. We reply with love and understanding instead of anger or sadness. This improves our health and helps the world around us get better. Lesson 3. Meditation for inner peace. Meditation is an important part of Buddhist practice and one of the best ways to find peace within yourself. As the third step, this keeps us from being affected by what other people do. Meditation helps us clear our minds, find our center, and be in the present moment. We are less likely to be affected by outside events or other people's acts when we are at peace and clear. Meditation teaches us to be aware of our feelings and thoughts without letting them run our lives. If someone does something bad to us, we might feel angry, sad, or frustrated right away. Regular meditation, on the other hand, teaches us to stop and notice these feelings instead of acting on them right away. We become more aware of how our emotions affect us and can choose to let go of bad feelings before they become strong. Focusing on the breath is a simple but strong way to meditate. We stay in the present moment when we focus on the breath. And this helps to calm the mind and the heart. Taking a few deep breaths can help us avoid responding in ways that make things worse or cause more pain when we are in a tough situation or when someone does something hurtful to us. Being patient can also be learned through meditation. We can see things more clearly and understand them better when we are calm and in control of our emotions. We know that our peace is within our power and not based on what's going on in the outside world. We build a strong base of inner peace that stays strong, no matter what happens around us when we meditate regularly. Lesson 4. Let go of your ego attachments. Letting go of ego connection is the fourth step. A lot of the feelings we have when someone does something bad to us, angry, proud, jealous, and hurt, come from our connection to the ego. The ego is our feeling of self-importance, the idea that we are different from other people, and that outside things define who we are. The ego is what feels attacked when someone says bad things about us or treats us badly. Buddhism says that the ego is not real. Our real nature is not shaped by what we think, what we own, or what other people think of us. When we hold on to our ego, we leave ourselves open to what other people do. People who hurt or upset us easily make us feel bad about ourselves. We can avoid being vulnerable by letting go of ego connection. We start to understand that our true selves are bigger than our egos. Criticism and praise don't change who we really are. They just make us stronger. It is what it is. When we know this, we can't be hurt by what other people do. It doesn't matter if they praise or insult us. They can't upset our inner peace. We don't lose our sense of self-worth when we let go of the ego. Instead, it helps us connect with a greater sense of worth that isn't based on what other people think of us. We can have more peace and compassion in our lives when we let go of the need to show ourselves or protect our ego. We stop responding to what other people do because we don't need to protect a false sense of who we are anymore. Lesson 5. Surrender to the universe. 5. Learn to let go and let the world take care of you. There is a deep understanding in Buddhism that life is temporary and always changing. We will only be frustrated and suffer if we try to control everything around us, even other people's activities. We truly have no power over what other people do. The only thing we can change is how we react to it. When we give up power, we accept that things won't always go our way and that we can't change other people. You have to believe that everything happens for a reason, even if you don't know what that reason is. This doesn't mean we should be inactive or let other people hurt us. Instead, it means we stop fighting truth and learn to go with the flow of life. When we give up, we stop trying to control things and stop caring about how things turn out. We believe that everything that happens is for our best, even if it doesn't look that way at the moment. This way of thinking helps us stay calm and focused, even when things go wrong or people are mean to us. We stop taking things personally and see how they fit into life as a whole. Giving up is another way to feel at peace with the world. We no longer have to carry the heavy load of trying to keep everything under control. We believe that the universe will lead us and that everything will work out the way it should. Letting go of control lets us see what's possible and lets life surprise us in beautiful ways. Lesson 6. Align with your higher self. Getting in touch with your better self is the sixth step. From a Buddhist point of view, the higher self is the part of us that is linked to love, kindness, and wisdom. Outside of the self and the mind, it is who we really are. When we connect with our higher self, we let our inner knowledge guide us instead of outside events. We are not in touch with our higher selves, which is one reason why other people's acts have such an effect on us. When we act out of fear, nervousness, or ego, we leave ourselves open to other people's thoughts and actions. But when we link with our higher self, we get strength and peace from a place that doesn't depend on other people. Being self-aware and mindful are necessary to align with your better self. It means paying attention to your gut, following your instincts, and making choices that are in line with your values and purpose. You are less likely to be affected by what other people do or say when you are in touch with your better self. You trust your own way and know who you are. This alignment also helps you develop kindness, not just for other people, but also for yourself. You start to understand that how other people treat you or what they think of you doesn't figure out how valuable you are. Your link to your higher self gives you worth that you already have. When you connect with this inner part of yourself, you can handle what other people do and stay true to your own truth. Lesson 7. Embrace silence. The last step is to be open to silence. Sometimes it's the chatter of other people, the distractions of technology, or the noise in our own thoughts that keeps us from focusing. But the silence gives us peace, focus, and smarts. We can link with our inner world when we are quiet. It gives us time to think, heal, and pay attention to our gut feelings. When we set aside time for silence, we make a safe place inside ourselves where other people's behaviors can't bother us. When we're not too busy with the noise of the outside world, we become less alert. Silence practice also helps us become more patient and aware. When someone does something bad to us, our first reaction might be to respond right away. But when there is quiet, we learn to think and wait before speaking. By giving us a moment to think, this pause lets us choose how we want to respond instead of responding without thinking. Silence is more than just not hearing anything. It's a state of being still inside. It makes us more grounded and less affected by the chaos going on around us when we work on being still. No matter what happens in the outside world, we feel a deep peace that doesn't change. When we accept silence, we make a safe place for ourselves, where we can always go to find peace, focus, and strength. Being aware of your karma, being compassionate and forgiving, meditating for inner peace, letting go of ego attachments, surrendering to the universe, connecting with your higher self, and accepting silence are all strong ways to break the cycle of being affected by other people's actions. They help us live with more peace, freedom, and kindness when we do them regularly. We learn from Buddhism that real power doesn't come from controlling other people, but from mastering ourselves. By doing these things, you can create an inner refuge that can't be shaken by outside forces. This will help you live a peaceful and meaningful life.